So we're out here at Swabbies for the wrap up for the Wicked Salmon Show. Wrap up, pay up, and the winner was Jason. Jason, how many fish did you lock in?
Only 3.
You know, remember the weights?
They were all roughly
20s?
around 20s. We're up around 20s and 19.6 and 20 and a half and a couple.
Then TC locked in 1 fish at, you remember the weight?
23 and a half.
Yeah, 23 and a half. I got skunked. The boat did get 1 fish in, a 12-pound hen, but the video wasn't recording, so I didn't lock it in because it didn't follow the rules. So Jason gets a free lunch, paid by the 2 losers.
It was a tough year.
Plan was to fish today in the morning, then meet at lunch, but we all decided not to and just come do lunch. The salmon run really hasn't kicked off and never started. It just wasn't a good year, so we all decided to just come up here, relax, and have a good time at lunch.
I'll just shoot for my intro. Yeah.
Of course, it looks like there's some fish moving in now.
Yeah, James got into some nice ones.
Yeah, still
And my
chrome.
buddy Tyler got really, it still had sea lice on it.
Yeah, I saw that. But, it's done.
Salmon's fishing for losers.
Yeah.
My new motto for this year.
Yeah. After the 4th skunk in a row, my motto was F salmon. Yeah.
Hopefully next year we'll do this again, but I can guarantee you one thing, I won't do the call out. I jinxed myself when I called everybody out. So somebody else is gonna have to do that next year. Do you still offer the sampler platter?
Yeah, I can do the sampler for you.
I'll do that.
I'll have the mahi tacos also with some, I'll have chips and salsa with them.
Do you want a big one or just a small one?
A small one.
Do
Yeah.
you want guacamole?
What do you
I'll
want?
just get the fish and chips.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we'll do it again next year.
Somebody else gonna do the call out.
I'll call it out right now.
Buy the belt. No, we pitch in for the
No,
belt.
yeah, next year we'll do the belt.
Oh, next year we'll do the belt. Yeah.
Or we could do the trophy.
Yeah, they do have a custom belt you can get. We'll go in on it and get one. Yeah. No, it was fun. I just can't believe how this run died off. I don't know if it was
let me give you an interview before you start anywhere. So that's the winner, folks. And you know, salmon's fishing been bad for me, but not this guy. He's been out 4 trips.
Oh no,
or
we went out more than that. I probably went 9, and we didn't skunk the first 5, and then the last 4 or 5, I guess we did skunk.
yes.
So it was bad. It was a bad year.
So it is a bad year for you too?
Oh, it was a bad year. I think for most people. I mean, a lot of the guides are out here every day, you know, so they're getting fish, but even they were really struggling to get their clients on fish. So I mean, it was a tough year for everybody.
With you winning and kicking our butts here, how many fish did you lock in this year?
Only 3.
3? And
3 out of 5.
how many
Roughly
pounds?
20 pounds a piece. There was some a little under, some a little over. Yeah.
Oh, he sure did do better than a lot of us, folks. And here's the other guy that lost with me. Ken with
Loser,
Ken's Fishing
loser number
Adventure.
3.
So how was salmon fishing for you?
My old motto for 2020 for salmon is salmon fishing is for losers. I got skunked for the whole year. My boat did get 1 in, got a 12-pound hen, but we didn't have it on video, so I couldn't lock it in. Went probably about 5-6 times and pretty much got skunked from Rio Vista to Sacramento, so it really was a struggle this year for me. But I'm glad Jason won it. We had a good time. And now it's time just to relax and celebrate. If we do this next year, it won't be a call out for me, I guarantee it. I jinxed myself.
We'll just do it as a regular thing now. We'll just start, September 1st? And
With Garcia being closed, man, I struggled with my fishing this year.
yeah.
Most of my trips last year
Yeah.
were evening trips.
Right. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah,
you'd be
most
out
of them were
there.
evening. You know, I
Yeah.
go out there and
Yeah.
now with that 20, 30-minute run
Yeah.
both ways, now I got to look, and the fish struggling anyway. Before, if the bite wasn't on, I'd still go because it was an hour and a half I wasn't doing anyway.
I started, I used to always launch at Garcia, but that launch can get so crowded sometimes that it sucks. And then I started launching at Miller, but Miller's ramp sucks.
Yeah.
So I mean,
The ram's fighting. The problem is the wind and currents are always fighting each other.
Exactly. I went there one night. We went into the night because we were fishing. It was kind of hot down at Garcia. We were getting some action, and so we waited until the sun was just too low. And by the time I made it back to Miller, it was dark, and it was windy, and the current.
I was there.
Me and Jonathan, we had another buddy of mine with me, and we had a heck of a time getting the boat on the trailer straight.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like Miller.
No.
I like Garcia because it's in that little cove.
We went there twice. That second time
Yeah.
the wind came, it was
Yeah.
getting dark. Our boat was all over the place. It was scary, man.
Yeah.
It was
Even
scary
here,
for me.
cross current sometimes when stuck loading, you know.
I think they fixed it because that one year, I think a few years back, it just went to like Garcia Bend, or it just dropped
Yeah.
off a whole cliff. Boom. your
Yeah,
whole
well,
boat.
that you can do that at Miller too. You can drop off the end of the ramp at Miller.
The problem with Miller is everybody uses the drives up. Well, they drive their boats on the trailer, so when they power up, all that soot gets pushed out. So when you back your trailer,
Oh, it'll
your
drop
trailer's
off.
like this.
Yep. Yep. Hopefully they get all that done and cleaned up at Garcia's. You know how long government projects take. Look how long it took them to finish I-5.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was better than last time.
Or that even that overpass underpass deal at Douglas and Sunrise area.
Yeah.
That took forever.
So they pushed back the commercial guys to the 15th or 16th.
Of December. Yeah. Yeah.
You might get one more in.
That's what I'm hoping.
Well, if either one of you guys ever have a seat open, let me know. You can have my crab. I just want rockfish.
I'll have to get a hauler if I hauled up one of those. I put it 150 myself, boy.
Yeah, you definitely need a puller.
Woo. Man, you gotta take a breather. The 80 footers aren't bad, or 60 foot, but that one couple I dropped at 150.
I pulled 30 and I couldn't get it up.
Yeah.
30 feet, I couldn't get it up. I couldn't.
I just mounted one of those pulleys on the edge from Fulby,
Yeah,
and
that'll
it
help
worked.
out.
It worked.
Yeah,
It
that
helped,
helps.
But nothing like a
eventually,
puller.
no, eventually I'll get a puller. But again, it's like, you know, $500, $600 for a puller that I only go twice a year. It's like, one of these days. It's a little bit down on my list of things. Those trim tabs made a huge difference.
Good.
Huge difference. It's a totally different boat.
Ride's different.
Rides way smoother. Way
Only
smoother.
in the ocean is I never used it anywhere. Only ever since.
All the time I ever use it in the river is about to level the boat out,
Balance.
and that's it.
Yeah.
I use it in the ocean all the time.
It slows you down. Burn a
Mine-
lot of gas.
Mine, I'm able to trim up and I get more speed because my boat, the way my offshore bracket is not full length, it's like a 3-foot jack plate off the back of my boat, so that causes a lot of this action, and you start porpoising. So the minute I would start trimming up, my boat would start porpoising so bad that I would lose control of it almost. I just trim it back down. So I never was able to open my boat above 5,000 RPM. So now I'm able to reach that higher RPM.
Shit, I never went up 5,000 RPM, man.
I don't think my boat-
4.2, 4.5.
I don't think my boat's ever. My boat's seen 4,000 once. That was a Clear Lake. Just 'cause I owned it for 2 years and never had it wide
As a
open.
boat mechanic, do not baby your boat.
I don't
Do
baby
not
it.
baby it.
I don't baby it. I
You
just.
got to get that thing go.
No, I do every once in a while.
max
Yeah.
throttle. Yeah, don't just baby it.
Well, just like a diesel, you got to go out in the country and open it up, get all that buildup off.
If you don't use it, you lose it, kind of a thing. So you gotta run them. A lot of old guys, they'll buy boats and then they'll start having issues with them, and their engine was never broke in, because in order to complete your break-in, you have to have so many hours at full throttle, and then in a 4-stroke you'll actually make oil where fuel gets by and gets into the crankcase, and it'll foam your oil up, and then it'll cause an alarm. It'll put your motor into Guardian and stuff like that. And they bring it in, you pull the dipstick, and it's just foam coming out and smells like fuel. And that's because they troll all the time and they never open their boat all the way up.
When you get a chance, check your schedule and let's get that
The live well plumbed in.
power bus bar.
Oh, power bus bar
And
the live well. Yeah.
So when you bought
Or
your
whatever's
boat,
easier, which one's
We can do
comes first.
both. Yeah. Yeah.
One day.
Yeah. One day.
when you bought your boat, you never had that live well plumbed in, or was it that way?
It's
They
a
come like
it's a
that.
dry box.
Yeah,
It's
they
got a
come
dry
like
box.
that. Okay, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. You can order them. I mean, it's an option to add the plumbing. Like even Thunderjet, like mine, that's an upgrade to put in the plumbing. And
Yeah.
A lot of North Rivers don't have it for some reason.
Okay.
There's a lot of
Bare
North Rivers
boat.
don't have it.
Bare boats.
My boss's buddy, he has the same boat, and his doesn't have it. I got to do it on his boat too.
Yeah, I got my front anchor box is a live well.
Yeah,
but I
mine
didn't
is.
order the plumb with it, so
Yeah.
I just got to add. It's got all the fittings, all the.
Mine came with it, but I didn't want it.
Yeah.
So I actually unplugged it and I wired my trim tabs to that switch because
Gotcha.
it's just an accessory switch. So I have my trim tabs on that switch, and I unplugged it, and I have that plugged off because I know it's my anchor. You know, bro, I don't need a
So what kind of fishing's next for you?
Sturgeon.
sturgeon, crabbing.
Stripers.
They're all over there, man.
Sturgeon and stripers. Well, I mean, that's what, I mean,
Sturgeon.
if I can get out there on them days that you guys were out there in the ocean, I'll go out rock fishing.
That
That looked like a beautiful day.
it was a flat, calm day pretty much for bodega.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't care less about the crab.
The
I need to
wind-
fill the freezer for.
The wind can get nasty out.
Yeah, but one thing about bodega, you go out there early in the morning, usually it's flat. And
Yeah.
if you're just there for rocks, it don't
Yeah.
take, if you find them,
Yeah.
it don't take too long to get a limit of rocks pretty quick.
Yeah.
Thing is, I got to look at the regs. I don't know what, yellow eyes you're not allowed to keep,
Yellow
right?
eyes are not, and then canaries go back and forth. I hear every year.
Yes, I mean, I just
Yeah.
don't know the regs good
Yeah.
enough. We might look how to walk in and
Yeah.
There's
be
a
warned.
couple of fish you can't, rock fish you can't keep. Not
Yeah, I just
the
got to find
yellow.
out what those are.
Yeah. And
Me,
then,
if I don't know, I just.
and then there's certain areas you can't
Yeah,
fish.
most of your
That's where you gotta watch out.
well, most of your updated chips
Yeah.
will have those
Yeah, they're
on
marked.
your Navionics.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying this Garmin I got.
When are you gonna put it on?
See how I like it, huh?
When are you gonna
You're
install
gonna
it?
have two finders?
Soon. No, I'm gonna get rid of the Lowrance and go with the Garmin, and then network another Garmin. Cause like even back there when I'm drifting on
Okay,
the
okay.
rockfish, I like
So
to have the
let's
string
turn this
back
off.
there.
I got to ask this question because nobody can answer me.
Yeah.
What is the point of a fish finder on the back of your boat? I understand when you're bass fishing
Yeah.
because you're fishing for life fish,
We're
but if
talking
you're
about the back of the boat is the motor, right? Where the motor is.
well, that fish finder back there, yes.
Yeah.
So what's the point of having that fish finder back there?
So like when the other day, for instance, when I'm drifting and I can actually see fish or bait or anything like that, and you can adjust where you either need to be, because you don't always need to be on the bottom for rockfish. Sometimes they're suspended and there's bait in there.
Okay, that makes
And you
sense.
can see it and you
And
can reel
trolling
up.
for salmon makes sense
Yep.
on
And
downriggers.
I'm just being in the back of the boat like
the
anytime,
time,
drifting,
80% of the
anytime,
time.
or sturgeon
yeah,
fishing.
but
You know,
if you're sturgeon fishing, you're anchored up.
yeah.
So it don't matter if fish come underneath you or not.
No.
No, but you know, see, so it's entertainment.
Oh, there's a fish that's not. That's
like having a
it
TV.
builds confidence.
Yeah.
You know you're just not
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
You're not turning
Exactly.
your neck all the time.
I'm always like looking back
Yep.
over my
Yep.
head, you know, and looking at the screen to see if we're marking fish. Because if we don't mark fish in like half hour, 45 minutes, I move.
Not
Ready
just
to go.
that. If he
Yeah, I
gets
can mark
that
all the fish.
live-
If I don't get any bites within a half hour, 40 minutes, I'm moving.
Yeah. Well, if I'm seeing fish, I know. Yep. If I'm seeing fish and I'm not
Thank you.
getting them and they're on the bottom, I know I maybe need to change something. Bait, you know,
Okay.
something. But yeah, I don't know. A lot of guys do it. A lot of
I
guys
know
do
it, and I just.
Especially a lot of the guys do it, and they like him back there for trolling. You know.
If you're trolling, you got a line.
Yeah. I'm looking forward when I troll more.
Yeah, that's what I
but
mean.
I do sometimes.
If you see a fish on
Yeah.
trolling, you've already passed that fish.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like I said, I just never understood.
Well, with the Garmin, that also enables me to get the Panoptix live scope. So
Yep.
with the
That's
deal
why you want to put that
with
back
the
there.
deal
Woo.
I got on it, I would have had to have gone to an HDS live, which would have cost me $2,200
man.
right there just for the screen and the
Fucking 90.
transducer. Then it's another $1,200 for the live transducer on top of that.
We'll find out December 2nd.
So if you already have the live, do you have live or no? You have a carbon. So yeah,
But see, I don't want that. I don't need it for my style of fishing.
yeah, the carbon or the live.
No, the live scope, or
Well,
whatever they gonna call
live.
it.
So you'll know which way fish are going. So it's not like your striper drifting or anything. You know,
Stripers always put their nose into the current.
or sturgeon. You're going with the current, but you're knowing which way they're going. It's live. It's not
It's
not
live,
scrolling.
Ken. It's not like
moving.
after the fish pass, 30 seconds later, you see the fish. Can we get some ketchup, Aussie? Oh, okay, thank you. It's live, man. How you?
Yeah.
The fish
But-
is right there.
So I can network. Before my TI, I can't network. You can only do the Bluetooth, thing. So
It is live.
now I'll be able to do both the Panoptics and have a network.
I saw the Asian guy, Ricky.
Rick,
Man, it was like
yeah.
playing a video game.
Yeah, yep,
He was whacking them too.
yep.
He knew how
And
deep
for
they were and
halibut
everything.
out there, and you see the
Like
bait,
moving.
you
They
know,
were moving.
live, and you can see the halibut attacking the bait. I mean, it's a tool.
Live is the way to go.
You don't even need a fish finder. Old timers caught fish a long time with nothing but a scrolling depth chart. That's
It
it.
came out
Yeah.
of
A
a
Laurent-
receipt, a paper.
Yeah, paper, the
I
green
know,
box.
I've seen them.
The green box and the black box.
Those,
Yeah.
and then I got guys bringing in old boats, old bass boats, old Rangers that still have the flasher.
The flashers.
on it.
They have some of the best tacos around.
That's what my wife said. I used to just come out here for drinks, but
So what's next for you, stripers?
Yeah. Stripers.
yeah, I'll probably be grabbing another trip or two, and then
Oh, actually, Ken, I take that back. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go try to use my downriggers.
yeah,
Go on a lake.
Berryessa,
They're hammering them at the pyramid.
yeah, that's on the
kind of
bucket
ways
list.
out there.
But that shuts down.
March. I think.
I thought it was in November. I thought it was in.
No, it opens in November. It
Opens
just
in
opened up. Yeah, it
November?
just opened. It's like March. My buddy, that's his home lake. I'll find out, but I
Yeah,
think it's like
find
March.
out. Yeah, because I do want to go. We've been talking about going and renting one of those trailers there. You know, you can rent somebody's trailer out there and do it. It's on the list of places I need to fish and haven't been yet. Even Berryessa, I haven't been there in a long time. I used to go there for bass. I never really have gone there for trolling trout or nothing.
Trout kokanee.
Yeah, I know. When I was doing a lot more bass fishing back in the day, we used to go there quite a bit and do pretty good.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
some nice bass there.
No more of that size, but you
Yeah.
still do good.
But I'll probably start doing the lakes more in the spring. Wintertime, I'll do sturgeon, striper, and then I want to do some shark trips in the bay. Yeah.
Those are always fun.
My future son-in-law and my daughter-in-law are coming for Christmas, and I don't know where we're going to take them fishing, but I don't know where yet. Probably, I was thinking about doing a shark trip to the bay. They'd like to see the city from the water,
Yeah.
and I'm sure, and take a little tour on the water of the bay. Yeah, ain't no pleasure cruise. That's what I tell people. They're like, oh, well. They always show, if I'm not catching fish, I'm getting mad. They're like, well, it's a nice day. I mean, we're out here on the water. I said, this ain't no pleasure cruise. We're here to catch fish.
I don't know, man. Them salmons came up this whole week.
I know. Well, we knew it was going to be
A late year.
a late year.
For the amount of boats, 5-6 boats, everybody's getting a fish every day.
So, you think it was due to water temps, level, no rain? I don't know.
Combination of everything.
All of it, I think. We had a late summer, and then they weren't. I mean, we had no water. They weren't releasing
October
any water.
1st was 100 degrees.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going to Gone Fishing Marine to buy the hub for my.
Oh,
I
yeah.
never fixed it. I drove it up there again. I never drained the oil.
Yeah, that's a long trip. Yeah, you don't want to do that more than once. You got lucky because if that bearing goes out, that thing will get so hot it'll seize up.
Explode. too,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
and weld itself to the
Yeah, it'll
spindle.
well. Yeah, then you're looking at new spindles and brakes and everything. I hate working on trailers.
That's the only place that carries easy loader stuff. It's Gone Fishing Marine. Nowhere else.
I'm gonna find out. I gotta contact Easy Loader because I want to add an axle to my trailer.
Do you?
I should be able to. I just want to make sure.
I'm going to Clear Lake Saturday.
I'd like to go with you and try that.
It's fun.
The old catfishing.
Ken has his own way. That was pretty awesome.
We used to catfish out here all the time. I've caught some big cats down there by Verona.
I get my dad on that 20-pounder this weekend.
I'll eat them. I don't know if I'd eat them from Clear Lake. But
Anything under 5 pounds, I will.
Jason took the words out of my mouth. I'll eat them, but I don't know if I'll eat them or not.
spicy catfish nuggets.
maybe a certain time of the year of clear lake. I don't know. My nephew eats it. He never have a problem with it.
I won't eat them during the summer, but I'll eat them during wintertime.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah,
I've never
when
had-
that water temperature is so hot that fish meat just gets mush. You know, with a nice cold, it keeps
Yep.
it kind of firm.
It was all summertime when I caught those fish
Yeah.
and ate them. No good, like mud.
I said, I've never had bad food here ever. I've been coming here for about 10 years.
I just never been down there to Crawdads. Well, according to my wife, we've been there, but I must have been drinking too much to remember going.
I said, the only reason I said crawdad because I figured we would be all fishing that
Uh-huh.
day, and once we decided not to fish, we just said, let's
You
go
guys would
from
have
here.
caught one today.
You guys doing all right?
Yep, thank you.
Take some more Coke?
Please.
Jason got a honey hole out there in his sturgeon spot.
Sturgeon fishing is pretty fun when you actually catch one. I didn't mind it. I'd say I like going out and bait fishing. It used to be all I would do. I didn't have a reliable boat, so I just
We're
go
scared
out.
to eat sturgeon, so we don't. I've caught many.
You don't like to eat them? They're good. Oh, they're delicious. That's the thing. You can cook them any way, any kind of seasoning, marinate. I mean, we barbecue them, cook them in the oven. You can pan fry them. I mean, it's
It's a lot
good.
of meat.
And it's not fishy at all. It's more like pork almost.
Yeah. Pork chicken, huh?
Yeah. It's kind of like a
It's almost exactly like halibut, but just
Yeah.
not as sweet.
right. It's good. But
That thing's old.
you got to get them. Like I learned, you have to catch them. Like those farm sturgeon that you can buy in the grocery store. Those don't taste good at all. I've never been able to fill out a tag. This year I got 2. I may fill my 3rd one, but I'm good.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll go try
2
it
is
again.
good.
I'll go try it one of these days before the month's over.
I know.
Let me know when. All 3 of us will jump on the boat, on my
Yeah.
boat.
I'm gonna bring my secret bait, grass shrimp. I used to catch them on the bank out here, downmore, long time ago.
When do they start moving up the river?
Now,
Now? Huh. Yeah.
In the last month.
but their feeding changed already. They're feeding on the salmon smokes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, the baby trouts and stuff. That's what they start eating here. It gets crazy here in the summertime.
That's one thing that taking time off during the middle of the week, or shoot, even when I was unemployed for a little while, it seemed like nobody works anymore.
Yep. Pretty much.
You go fishing on a Wednesday, and there's still boats everywhere,
Yep.
especially the salmon run. And then the weekends, I won't even do. The weekends are just too much.
You guys launch at Doran at Bodega or the west side?
West side. I just transferred all that footage over this morning.
You know how like you were in Moore, come up to where I was at, Moore? That's the home for the vermilion and lings. They all live there.
Yep. Yeah, if we go back out of Bodega, hopefully it's as nice a day and I can make the trip up that far. Not too far, but I still had plenty of fuel, so I mean it wasn't that far at all. You leave your motor on all day? Me too. I don't shut it off.
They say you're not supposed to shut it off.
I know, because you never know, you could get into trouble in a hurry, you know.
Like me going through like supposedly a kelp bed or whatever.
Uh-huh.
I was going at about 15, a little over 15, and then next thing you know, beep, and then 2 minutes later, it just limp mode, boom, down to 5 miles an hour. I throttled it, nothing. Beep it all the way.
Huh.
I backed off the gas,
Yeah.
beep went away, and I gunned it back to normal. So they're like, hey, I think that kelp bed blocked your whatever.
Intake,
Yep.
water pickup, could have. I had a scary moment right after we launched the other day. I went out and my windows were kind of foggy, you know, and so I'm going out there and I was trying to mess with something. Oh, my fish finder, the touch screen wasn't working. So I was messing with that, trying to get the chart to load, and next thing I know, I went past the channel marker. All of a sudden I'm in 2 feet of water. I'm like, oh shoot. So I trimmed the motor up, spun around, went back into the channel, and I thought I had trimmed it all the way down, but I guess I had it still at the wrong trim angle, and I went to hop up on pad, and it was in Guardian. It was boom, 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 like it did the other day when I had my my cool fuel line came off, and my water pressure went down. So I was like, oh man, you gotta be kidding me, right out of the launch. And everybody's launching, so it's like, if I have to turn around and try to put this thing back on the trailer while everybody's launching, I'm gonna have some pissed off people. So I shut it off, which will clear the Guardian, and then if you turn it back on, it does it again, and you know you got a problem. But so I trimmed it back down, and it took off just fine. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, right when I cut out, I reversed and
Yep.
and I hit bottom, and my motor, it just cut off.
Yep.
When I got back, I checked out my prop, and just on the corner, it's a little bit scratched.
Yeah.
It didn't bend there or nothing, but
You have aluminum prop or stainless steel?
aluminum.
Aluminum.
I looked at it, I drove it again, it runs fine. I might change it next month or whatever. Stainless steel would be worse, or the aluminum?
They both have their advantages and disadvantages. Stainless is, well, expensive, you know, $500 to $800 prop. And then you get a little bit more speed out of a stainless because it can have a sharper edge and a steeper blade angle to it, so you can get more speed out of it.
Maybe I should get stainless.
But if you hit something solid, you can wreck your whole lower unit. And
Don't hit nothing.
aluminum prop will break, and before it does any damage to the internals, usually. Even though a stainless has a breakaway hub, but sometimes if you hit something solid enough, like a deadhead, like a
rock at Folsom Lake?
or a rock at Folsom Lake, yeah, any of that. Like, you know how people send big old half sunken logs down the river you hit? Those will get you. So, yeah, your advantage is speed, but also your advantage with a stainless steel prop is if you do hit something and it damages, you can have it fixed. Aluminum are hard to fix, and most people won't touch it or recommend doing it. Just buy another $250 prop. You know, most aluminum props are about $200, $250 or something, $275. I have both. I'll put my stainless back on for lakes and stuff like that, and then I'll use the aluminum 4-blade for the ocean, just because it has more torque. Be able to stay out in front of a swell better if I have to, or if I have to get up and get on pad in a hurry, it gets on there quick. It also lifts the whole boat, the 4-blade. Instead of a 3-blade will kind of have more bow lift, a 4-blade actually lifts the whole thing. Yep, it'll be halibut time again before you know it. I was telling Jonathan this last year when we were doing salmon. I'd be like, it'd be salmon, then we'll do sturgeon and you know, stripers, and then it'll be halibut time again before you know it, and then it'll be right back into salmon again. And he was like, dang, you guys are right, it flew by.
We have one of the best fishery here.
Yeah.
From Northern California down to...
It's the only thing that keeps me here in California. I'd be out of here if it didn't have this.
I'd have to say the same. Because I got family in Washington, I got family in Oregon.
So I've thought about moving to those places too, but you know, you're still similar here. But
It's always raining.
yeah, I'm actually looking and debating on Florida. If there's a tech
I know
position,
I'm going. If you move there, I know where to visit.
If there's
Florida.
if there's a tech position opens up at Destin, Florida, Bass Pro, I'm probably out of here.
Well, I'll visit you at least once a year.
Yeah.
You better take me out.
Well, it's the only other like fishing mecca that, you know, that isn't on the West Coast. You know.
I follow those Gale Force twin sisters out of Florida. Oh man, they're captains. You know, they have their own charter.
Oh.
They're really young and they're in their early to mid 20s, mid 20s I think. They're good. They know how to catch everything over there. They're really good. Their dad taught them. They got a big old boat. They're good captain. They charge like $200 to go out there and get those GTs or whatever that's called. You know what I'm talking about?
Which one?
It's a big old flat, like it looks like a pompano, but it's not. It's a GT. They call it a GT.
Huh.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, silverfish, flat.
Oh,
Fighter?
yes. I know what you're talking about.
They get big and
They get big,
yeah.
strong.
I don't know. I mean, there's all around Florida is good. I don't know if I want to be down there in the Everglades area. I don't
that's where
I don't
it was
want
all-
no anacondas and pythons.
That's where all the peacock basses are, though.
Yeah. There's good fishing all over Florida. I want to be out in the ocean though. I almost want to be on the East Coast side.
64 miles, the Bahamas, baby.
Yeah. I mean, all of that. There's so much good fishing out there.
But the East Coast is rough water. It's not like Florida where it's crystal clear.
I'd like to be able to go out and get those tuna, the
every
bluefin.
other day.
Or go out and get those the mahi.
I want tarpon.
Tarpon, you can get that.
Well, if I ever leave the state, I'm going to Florida living on a boat.
Yeah.
And when it's wintertime here, I'm cruising the Bahamas, 63 miles away, and spending the summer in the Bahamas.
Those are scary to catch.
Well, the thing is, when you get on a boat,
Yeah,
they say, well, we got to tie you into the boat.
Yeah.
So that tells you something.
I know. That same, yeah.
And they're busting, 3-inch solid round rods. They use Avid with 100-pound drags, and they're busting rods off because the fish are so big. I mean, they're using bait. They're using a full-foot shark for bait.
Yeah.
That tells you something.
I know.
That's #1 bucket fish on my list.
The
giant blue.
groupers, yeah. I'd like to go do the bluefin and the grouper, all of this.
See, the bluefin is not a bucket list just because if I want to do it, all I got to do is go down to San Diego.
Yeah.
So I really wouldn't call that a bucket
Buddy's
fish
got
for me.
like
Mine would be, mine's
big
the,
one this year.
On a good year. I mean, they were up not too far out of Monterey this year.
23 miles.
Yeah, they were smacking them.
But
They got within 23 miles.
I've never even gone out and gone yellowfin
Yeah.
fishing.
They got in close
Yeah.
in Monterey. They got him.
But
But
my
still like
bucket
to
fish, my
every
#1
year
bucket fish is
down to San
giant,
Diego, and he gets
giant
bluefin.
Goliath grouper.
He gets bluefin all the time. The Cameron twins, Robert went. They got bluefin. They got Dorado. They got yellowtails. They caught them all. And this was last month.
Well, you go down to San Diego and jump on those 2-3 day charters that
That's
go out
what
there.
he did. They get you into those
Yep.
bluefins.
Yep.
I watched that one guy, the Filipino guy, more than fishing guy. He went on a charter boat down there. He lost his whole fishing pole and everything. Went in, gone.
I watched a guy in Florida, Key West kayak fishing,
Oh man.
and he has an outboard on his kayak. And he goes like 10, 15 miles offshore in this thing with the outrigger. And he's really into tarpon, and he was out in the deep water, and probably had about a 10-foot shark come up and want to taste the side of his kayak. And I said, no, I don't think so. No.
Yeah, kayak fishing, it looks fun, but yeah, when you see those videos,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's guys out in Half Moon Bay out in their kayaks.
Yeah, like Moo Moo Outdoors. I mean,
yeah.
Everything's taken care of. We tip the man. Everything's taken care of. We're out of here.
All right. Thank you.
well, what,
Oh, we will.
TC, don't go anywhere. No, stay where you're at. You're the champion. Get over here.
Oh yeah.
Well, we ended up, had a great lunch with everybody. Got TC here, got the champ, Jason, and myself. So thanks for watching the video, and I guarantee you this challenge will be next year, but I'm not gonna do the call out.
Calling out now.
Uh-oh, the call out. I accept it. All right, TC, bud.
All right, TC. Yep, we'll see ya. Yep.
champ.
All right, guys. Well, that's gonna wrap up the salmon season for me and TC and Ken for the 2020 year, and it's pretty much was like everything in 2020, just kind of a crappy year. So, but ended up winning. Got those 3 fish locked in early and was able to hold out. So that was pretty cool, I guess. Got lucky. I wish the run was better. It looks like December, there's some fish coming in now, but we're kind of done with salmon now, so we're gonna keep going crabbing, rock fishing, Got a video of that coming up here. We just went to Bodega Bay this weekend and had a good time. Lots of crab, lots of rockfish, and we're going to be doing more sturgeon fishing, and then it'll be halibut time again. So thank you guys for checking out the Wicked Salmon Challenge this year. We're going to do it again next year. This will be like an annual thing. So all right, see you guys on the next one.